So there's only a week left. The 4th season of The Boy is officially over. After Gong, a lot of the side characters. The two sides have gathered together. They even greeted each other with a gentle friendly match. Promises a landslide war ahead of us. In this last hour, which side will get 7 more? Who will sacrifice? And AI will continue to carry the meaning into next season. Waiting to save Brian. Frankie managed to get the virus. Hello to the audience of the movie. Don't make you wait any longer. Let's start analyzing the latest episode, just like predicting the end of next week. Because of the plot and the new developments, it's the most important thing in this episode, so we're going to go quickly through the internet highlights before we get to the main analysis. The first, we know in the world of The Boys, Christmas is near, and the Boss Group organized a program for children. It's called Ever News VI. Look at the puppets. I immediately realized this is the show that went hallucinating. Seen in Gen V. In real life, worthy character. This love belongs to the famous play Ev New Cute, created by Jeff White, and also achieved great success. Details of the puppet in the form of Ace. It's also a pretty interesting implication. It's like representing the pull control from the loop that this Superman has suffered for so long. Then, as we know, the second half episode to witness a giant turning point in the heart of the Speed hero. In the meeting between Athlete and Homelander, we see that Rao is selling digital photos. Printed superhero cape. Here's a direct link to the former president, Donald Trump. He also released the collection. 47 pictures of yourself for $99, a more special plate. With AIs that have enough sets, you'll be given a piece of the suspect's suit. He took it at the Photon prison in August 2023. With becoming more and more politically charged, this is not the only detail. Related to billionaire, American in meeting with Sitch 5 Breaker. He also seemed to understand the world when it comes to a character called Mike Linda. In real life, he was the brainchild of Mike Polo. It's a very famous pillow company. But the point here is, Linda is a Trump supporter 2021. He declared, I have data that proves fraud. Election of a year before that, that's when President Joe Biden won. He even offered a reward of up to $5 million. Let someone prove it. The opposite? Dent for Linda. The data was rejected by a computer engineer. His name is Rapper Jackman. It's kind of funny though. This guy hasn't received the money yet that Mike Polo's CEO promised in front of the media. And that's the striking detail. We caught it after 2 times. And then let's come right away with the part that we've all been waiting for. Those are the main developments. The best character of episode 7, called Akin Speed Hero. It's hard to imagine a day member of the Steven will be the one calling for MM to fight, and even came back to save Ashley. Run away together. Can't say. Entrance is the one who committed the first crime in the series, when run over Hilly's lover. After the last 4 parts, I've learned how to be a real hero by showing in front of everyone that I'm on the boys' side. There's no doubt about it. Next episode, AT-Train will play a very important role. Many in the audience thought he would die, and I think it's not a bad ending. From a man with many sins. If Angel dies for his team now, because of right, that's going to be the complete evolution of this character. The theory is reinforced. When you get the whole family to safety, it's very likely to fight forever with the 7. However, nor can the case of the distant future be eliminated. The 5th season of the series, maybe the boys will still need you. So it's very difficult to predict the end of this character. Even though Sao, that only makes our waiting more. Just the more exciting part, a little about Ashley. You seem like the better person. For the puppet metaphor, not denouncing Angel. It shows that humanity is still alive inside this person. For a long time, fear took over the mind. On the table I see an old picture of you. He was wearing a shirt with a picture of the Cuban leader. A symbol of liberation and the spirit of struggle. But the power of youth is no longer there. And as Ashley himself said, it's easy to turn us into monsters working here. If filtered in Jalen, there's a scene where Ashley is yelling at his assistant. It is also called Ashley, not yet appeared. It is not clear what the meaning behind this passage is. But the CEO's ability will still play a role in the final episode, maybe even next season. Even in the deep, Black Noah had a good performance when rating the boys' song's hideout. There's a fact that 7 is in serious crisis. Homeland is crying again. When one of the first members of the group, Quimate and Starlight, betrayed him, Black Crossbow Dead Ed-Line are also executed. So in addition to the mermaid friend, the original lineup was almost gone clean, even to Sex, the most powerful arm. He was also unfairly fired by the SA. The force of Steven, it's thinner now than ever. To the ass, and Black Noah doesn't seem to rival Idrins. That's not to mention the Starlight that's not burning at all, and an immortal Kamiko. Meanwhile, it's hard to find a hero weaker than Firebreaker. Newman is currently on the side of the boss, but Frankie's back. It's in the hands of the virus, strong enough to kill this politician. That's not mentioned. The giant latent ability of Puchertim. The voice is strong. Maybe in the next episode, Homelander will have to work on his own, if you don't want to be disgraced. It's a funny detail. It's that we keep guessing. Who is the bad hero? To have the virus tested on humans. And then it turns out that body is Kamiko's. Let's talk about the funniest couple of the season. It's sad that the deep end is to complete my psychological transformation by becoming a villain. All the journey of redemption. They all seem to fall into the sea. In the scene where he kills his octopus girlfriend himself, they must have proven their loyalty for the extreme ideal of Homelander. He didn't want to be despised anymore. They seek power with their fists. However, as we have seen, the Ass's fists don't seem to be enough. On the contrary, Black Noah remains a mystery. Turns out Homelander Bridge is disparaging Zack Snyder about not being able to fly. It's not a coincidence when the Black Ninja on the team actually possesses the ability mezzanine in the air. However, the most important thing here is to fight. There was a brief moment when Noah was unconscious. In meetings in previous episodes, he also sniffed casually Homelander's speech. Acolytics is a word used to mean narcolepsy. It's a chronic neurological disorder. The brain can't adjust. Normal sleep-wake cycle. It's not clear what this has to do with Noah's powers. Or not, or maybe this is just a weakness of this guy. It's like my predecessor was allergic to nuts. Even though he was talking in front of the boy, from which the identity is revealed, and talk about disclosure. It's the 7th episode, but we still don't know who Hiwee's mother is. Maybe we were too suspicious, or she actually has some giant secret. I have kept my faith that this is a non-trivial character, and it would be absurd if only Cho entered with the intention that Shinhyuki forgive. Maybe it's time to pick up the mail gift box with a very loving title, and then the audience realizes that inside Ryan. How much to tear? From the first episode, you had to stand between two very bad men. Always wanted to pull me along the way that they think is right. One side is the extreme imposed Homelander. On one side is the key. I don't know how to love properly. But this time, the buzzer was higher when reminding Rayon of Becca. The only one. Keep yourself with good values. From there you're in front of the camera, in the presence of the entire homeland. Butcher and Ashley are very emotional. These three big guys are all losing their ego. And the boy with the uncorrupted heart. In a moment that reminded them of the value of family. And the truth voucher now at any cost will save Rayon. This can be sure. And Ashley knows. You're also motivated to resist, like a young photo, standing among the puppets. Ryan refused to act according to the script, according to the pattern. The first time I saw you make a decision. And this decision is going to be very important to the world. Whichever side to choose, the giant power of the child hero. It will also cause minor damage to the other side. You think Rain's on the AI side? Do you have the same poster against your biological father? I don't think it's possible. Family War ends season BA. We will fight again. And finally the boys. Make the audience fall over. When you're waiting for me again for a ride. The 7th episode is called The Insider, meaning illusion. Edrins has been a spy for the boy. But at the end, we know there's another one. That's Superman. It's capable of changing appearance by being horrible. Is to manually remove the old skin. Of course, it's not hard to see. This is a modified version of the X-Men Myxic Mutant, and with reptile-like eyes. You know the real shape. When you're not transfigured, you look like this. Successfully disguised as Starlight Boss' sister. They've got adverse evidence, with Newman and Huey's computer. Specifically, a recording of her speech. In the pages of Text Night, previous part. What's being hotly talked about by netizens here is, why a forger? I can tell you that the Starlight suit has been destroyed. Throw away or even the safe codes. Is it your power? We can even copy the memory of the person who's been touched. In the trailer, we also see a Starlight with a rather sinister face. Our wiping blood High ability. This is the Twitter boss. In particular, High also had a cut in his hand. And many theories are suggesting that that knife would be the only way. Let me tell you what a fake Huey is. Where is the real Huey? Looks like in the next episode, this shape changer will cause quite a storm for our party. So for all the 10 we got, let's predict the real plan of Sister Sex and the end of the 4th season. It's called Ran as a Nation. It's not hard to guess. The last battlefield will belong to the assassination of President Robert Singal. However, the smartest woman on the planet confessed to Homelander that, in fact, you've known for a long time that Oceana is a spy. This proves that, what heroes? 10 acquisition speed is not completely reliable. That makes no sense. He was so arrogant that he got into a fight with number 1. I intend to hide right in the middle of the morning sky and then let the boys figure out the plan. In a way that's too easy. So according to Fake, our theory, high probability assassination. It's not going to be like a map. That the offender is a fake. With Starlight shape, or turn into any close AI, she can totally take the main road. Access to birth without difficulty. So let's say the plot is successful. Will Nyman become the new president? I think Homelander and Sex aren't that naive. The sister stole the computer, but not sure how to kill it. Maybe after the birth, Sex will also put the recording online. That would remove Newman in the next election. To put up another name. You can guess who it is, right? It sounds absurd, but we can't rule out the possibility that Hungary itself will be the chosen one to the highest position in the United States. After all, this is The Boys. And there's no crazy idea. It can't be true. Sex in a difficult way. He also left a notebook containing his plans after leaving. So it's certainly not that simple. Maybe the boys were fooled. Appearing at the assassination site and then accused of killing Survival on the head, Sal. This theory is reinforced when the astute fans of Six-Pack trailer and found a scene that didn't show up. That's when Hui and Starlight are hugging goodbye and Kimiko as if they're going away. If you pay attention, you'll see in both hands a Canadian passport. The boys will continue to lose 7. Starlight fake perform Act 6 assassination, makes the real Starlight a traitor, and had to run away with Hui. If this play is successful, the sex is too high. Talk about challenge. Another scene has not appeared. That's the Fireraker with the gun. Shoot an AI at the boss building. Maybe the battlefield will break out in many places. Promises an explosive end-of-season battle. And that's all the interesting details, as well as our predictions. The latest episode of The Boys. Are you guys interested? Will AI end its journey? Who will go on Homelander? Get what the set wants? Or The Boys? We will be there in time to stop the disaster. Even though I'm anxious. But maybe we'll have to wait patiently until next week.